I want to take some time to answer some of the questions that I've gotten so far about the book. The first kind of has to do with the direction. So I'm using my front-facing camera so I can make sure I'm in frame. So this is my right hand. So the book is on the left side and the pad of paper is on the right side. That's good news for all of my right-handed friends, but don't worry if you're left-handed because it shouldn't be impossible for you to use, because a lot of these I actually recommend that you take them out of the pad and then tape them down onto something else so you can put it wherever you need it to be. The paper in the pad is a student grade watercolor paper. One of the things that I insisted we include was a little QR code that actually links to a web page so that you can see some examples of me painting on my cotton paper versus me painting on this paper. And I think they turned out great on this paper too. We went through a couple rounds of choosing papers that I said no to. Speaking of paper, if you find that this is just not your favorite paper, there's also another QR code in here where you can download all of these designs as a PDF so that you can either trace them on a light box or put it on whatever paper you want to. I'll make a video later kind of explaining some different methods to do that. But for now, all you need to know is you can put it on whatever paper you want. The videos in the book, there are links to QR codes in this book. I tried to make sure there are as many possible pictures as they would allow me to put in so that you wouldn't have to have a video for most of these. But that being said, there are a couple exercises that have links to full-length tutorials, but not all of them have them, just a few. Where most of the videos are actually in the front when we're talking about techniques, because I know that people learn different, and even with the best possible explanation on the page, some of these things you might need a visual explanation. The way that I wrote the book is meant to be enjoyed kind of from the beginning to the end. The beginning gives you all the knowledge that you're going to use in all the exercises later in the book. The exercises kind of build on each other in ways that I think kind of either give you a nice little break or either kind of expand on some knowledge and allow you to experiment further. That being said, even after writing a book, I would probably just skip ahead and immediately pick something I wanted to paint. And so one of the things I made sure that I had them include were the main techniques. There are page numbers on each of the exercises, and that way you can skip around and just find out what you need to know for each one individually. It would be better for you to go through the book as it is. The subjects of the book are super widely ranged. They have kind of abstract and fun exercises. There are some animals. There are landscapes and fruits and all sorts of things. Flowers. There's even some rocks because I love rocks. My goal with this book, because we have this pad of paper, it opens up a whole new possibility for me. When I'm doing something in a video, I can show you how to paint pretty much anything. But if I have to try to explain how to draw them, that's going to take almost longer than how to paint it. And when you want to learn to paint, you want to learn to paint. You don't want to learn to draw. So this enables me to be able to give you these outlines so that you can paint more complex things and apply the techniques while also just having it kind of ready to go. As far as supplies, I am going to put a link on my website to all the supplies that I used in the book. I tried my best to keep the supplies kind of limited and also things that would be widely available across different locations so that it's a little bit easier for you to follow along with what I'm doing. If you want to follow along exactly, there are the exact supplies, but you don't have to have the exact supplies that I'm using in this. My recommendation, especially for maybe the first couple ones, are to just use whatever watercolor supplies you have and then see how well they're working for doing the exercises, and then you can adjust and get whatever else you need. It will be officially released on October 8th in the US and October 24th in the UK and I think other locations that are overseas. I cannot wait for this to actually be in your hands and then to see what you create using the information in here as well as the drawings.